Reminder: this video is for educational purposes only. Uploading it online or any social media platforms is not allowed.
Good morning, grade 7. Our lesson for the second quarter is about introducing exercise programs, individual sports, dual sports, and combative sports. For your instruction, gina-remind mo na mag-take down notes sa inyong mga lesson para ma-review ninyo ang inyong mga topics para sa exam. And then, don't skip from the instructional video class. Be reminded also that your individual performance tasks submit on time to avoid deduction of points. Pwede isend sa akong messenger o ihatag diretso sa ako ang inyong activity. Okay, let's continue our lesson.
Magandang buhay! Today, we will discuss about the individual and dual sports. Okay, sabi dito, in the individual sports, students can engage in the sport without the direct needs of the counter player. Kumbaga, yung tinatawag po natin ng individual sports, hindi kailangan ng counter player. Okay? Kumbaga, kaya mo maglaro or kaya mo mag-play na kahit hindi kayo sabay nung kalaban mo. For example, an athletic and students can perform the sprints without having to rely to another player in order to play. Kumbaga sa sprints, for example, basta example ito, throwing. Diba, hindi naman kailangan sabay kayo maghagis. Kung sino yung pinakamalayo, doon na may measure kung sino yung mananalo. Kumbaga, hindi nyo kailangan ng counter player or hindi nyo kailangan nakasabay habang ginagawa yung isang sports. Kabaligtaran naman po siya ng tinatawag natin dual sports. Ito naman yung may kailangan kang o kailangan mo ng counter player. For example, di ba, yung sa table tennis, hindi naman pwedeng maglaro ka mag-isa. Badminton, hindi pwedeng maglaro ka mag-isa. Di ba, paano may measure kung sino mananalo. Sa dual sports, may measure kung sino manalo kung sino yung pinakamagaling talaga doon sa counter player mo, yung sa kalaban mo. Kumbaga dito is you need a direct counter player in order to run the game. Kumbaga, hindi mag-uumpisa hanggat wala yung kalaban mo. Doon sa dual sports mo yun. Ayun po yung pinag-uba ng ating individual sports. Madali lang naman yan. Individual at dual sports. Ngayon, nandito yung list of individuals and dual sports is as follows. Kumbaga yung mga dual at individual sports natin na tinatawag. Ito yung unang category, which is yung letter A, athletics. Ito, papasok sa mga athletics yung track and fields, yung mga running variation. Ayan yun. Then pangalawa yung mga field events, na halimbawa niya is yung jumping at yung throwing variation. Ayan po yung mga halimbawa ng individual at dual sports po natin, which is pasok po siya sa athletics. Then yung letter B po natin, yung tinatawag na racket sport. Sa mga halimbawa niya ng racket sport is number 1, badminton, number 2, yung tinatawag natin ng table tennis, then yung lawn tennis. Ayan po yung mga halimbawa ng ating racket sports. Then may tinatawag din po tayong Philippine Indigenous Sports and Games. Ito yung mga tinatawag natin or kilala bilang mga larong Pinoy. Unang-una, number 1 is yung tinatawag natin na arnis. Diba? Yung may hinahawakan tayong kawayan. Then, Number 2 is yung patintero. Ayan, alam natin yan bilang isang kabataan. Talaga namang masasabing na enjoy natin ang kabataan kapag nalaro natin itong mga Philippine indigenous sports or games. Ayan, letter 3 is yung palo sebo. Ito yung may kawayan na may langis, tapos paunahan yan makaakyat doon sa pinakatuktok at may kinukuhang flag. Ayan yung halimbawa at may kasunod pa po yan. Kaya ito yung halimbawa pa ng iba, sipa. Ayan yung sipang larong sipa. Next is yung pityaw. Ay yung gumagamit ng kawayan. Palayuan lang din yan kung hanggang saan makakarating yung pinaka isang kawayan nyo. Next is yung luksong tinek. Ayan, talaga namang alam nyo na yan. Kumbaga, ayan yung mga halimbawa at meron pa po uling ibang halimbawa ang ating indigenous sports and games. At ito naman ang iba pang halimbawa. Ikapito, yung luksong lupin. Ayan. Ikawalo ay yung luksong baka at ikasiyam ay ang piko. Ay yung mga iba't ibang mga individual at dual sports is pag-aaralan pa naman natin isa-isa. Kumbaga ito'y pahapyaw lamang ng iba't ibang mga sports. At sa huli, may tinatawag po tayong life skills. Ayun yung number 1, aquatics o yung the maneuver on water. Then number 2, mountaineering, to navigate on land. Ayan yung akit-akit kung saan-saan sa mga bundok. Then number 3, yung mga martial arts or yung mga self-defense. Ito na may magagatin to protect oneself. Then yung pinaka-last is yung tinatawag na to eliminate idleness. Kumbaga ito yung mga ginagawa natin na camping. Ayan, kumbaga dyan is talagang madedevelop yung ating pagkatao. Ayun yung mga tinatawag natin ng mga life skills. At dun
Lesson 4, Combative Sports. Combative sports mean sports including boxing, kickboxing, martial arts, and mixed martial arts in which participants voluntarily engage in full contact to score points to cause an opponent to submit or to disable an opponent in a contest, match, or exhibition. Okay, when you say combative sports, ito daw po ay mga sports. Ano yung mga example ng sports ng combative sports ay boxing, kickboxing, martial arts, and mixed martial arts. So, dito, nag-engage po ng full contact. Okay, so may specific score points yan. So, depende sa anong contest, match, or exhibition yan. So, the term does not include student training or exhibitions of student skills conducted by the martial arts schools or associations of schools where the students' participation is for health and recreational purposes rather than competition. So, sinasabi dito, sa mga students, ang pinaka-purpose ng combative sports ay for their health and recreational purposes rather than competition, where the intent is to use only partial contact. So again, partial contact lang or less contact kapag po mga students lang po. So yun po ang combative sports ng difference sa competition and the students. So it is only for the partial contact and for the health and recreational purposes. The Philippine Martial Arts. The Philippine Martial Arts or ARNIS was founded by the Remigio Amador Presas and co-founder by his brother Ernesto Presas. In his time, he was aiming for a training method that can cause less injuries but in the same manner of making a self-defense system. So, ang ating Philippine Martial Arts or tinatawag na ARNIS ay founded by Remigio Amador Presas at sa kanyang kapatid na si Ernesto Presas. So, pinaka-main goal ng ARNIS is to train the student of making or having a manner of making a self-defense system. Okay, self-defense system. The term modern arnis describe his style of Filipino martial arts and called this system as kombatan. So, yung the term modern arnis, describe din siya, and yung system na yon ay tinatawag na kombatan. So, ito po si Remy Amador Presas. So, siya po yung Grandmaster, siya po ang founder ng arnis. Yan po si Remy Amador Presas. Arnis was recognized as the country's national art and sports when former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo signed Republic Act No. 9850 on the 11th day of December 2009. So, na-recognize na po ang arnis na nilagdaan po ng ating President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo noong December 11, 2009. So, signed Republic Act or RA number 9850. So, na-recognize na po yung arnis na. The native art of stick fighting was called arnis de mano during the pre-Spanish period. So, yung stick fighting during pre-Spanish, ang tawag daw na arnis de mano. The name referred to arnis differ depending on the region's geographic location. So, yung arnis ay naiiba ang kanyang term depende sa location nyo. So, sa Luzon, it was called gilas. Visayas, it was called kali, baston, eskrima. In Mindanao, it was called kuntao, moro-moro, or sinulog binaybani. Some historians said that kali was derived from a native Indonesian fencing art called chakalele. So, yung kali daw ay nag-derive talaga yung term na yon sa native Indonesian fencing art called chakalele. An arnis player uses a stick or two sticks made of rattan. The traditional arnis is made of rattan with 27 to 30 inches in length and has a diameter of more or less 1 inch. So, ang ating arnis po ay made of rattan. And then, ang kanyang haba po ay 27 to 30 inches and diameter ay more or less 1 inch. So, dumako naman tayo sa mga stances used in arnis. First is ready stance. Stand with feet parallel to the shoulder, both toes pointing forward, knees, shoulder be straight, hands on waist, level holding the stick on both sides. So, yan po ang ready stance. Second is attention stance. With heels close to each other, feet should form 45 degrees angle with knees straight and the body facing forward. Shoulders are dropped with both hands on the side. Attention stand is usually used in preparation for the courtesy, bowing, before and after sparring. Yeah, so, ito po ang attention stance. Yan. Next is the forward stance. From the ready stance, step 1 foot forward to the lunge position, bringing the body not too low nor too extended. Lead foot forward stance is commonly used for frontal striking or blocking techniques. So, forward stand, from ready stand, okay, move forward lang yung 1 foot, then lunge position. Then next is the oblique stance. Starting with the ready stance, step 1 foot diagonally forward, both toes pointing in front. Oblique stance are commonly used for forward blocking and evasion techniques. So, ayan lang po. Nakadiagonal lang yung 1 foot. Straddle stance. From the ready stance, step one foot either right or left with knees slightly bent. Straddle stand is also known as the horseback riding stance. This is commonly used for blocking the strike intended for the side of the body. Okay, nakabent lang siya. Ayan. It's either right or left yung imumove ninyo sa side. Next is the slide stance. Starting with the ready stance, slide either right or left foot to the side, making a side kick-like position. Slide stances are commonly used for striking deflection and evasion techniques. So, yun po ang slide stance. So, ngayon, dumako naman tayo sa 12 striking techniques. Number 1 is right temple strike. Holding the stick with your dominant hand, use forehand strike to the right temple. Second is the left temple strike. Use backhand strike to the left temple. Next is the right shoulder strike. Forehand strike to the right shoulder. Next is left shoulder strike. Backhand strike to the left shoulder. Fifth is the stomach thrust. Straight stab or thrust to the stomach. 6 is the right chest attack. Overhead stab to the right chest. 7 is the left chest attack. Overhead stab to the left chest. 8 is left knee attack. Backhand strike to the left knee. 9 is the right knee attack. Forehand strike to the right knee. 10 is the right eye attack. Overhand stab to the right eye. 11 is the left eye attack. Underhand stab to the left eye. And last is the crown strike. Straight down strike to the top of the head. All basic strikes. So, meron ako ditong image para mas madali natin tandaan ang 12 striking techniques. So, saan ba natin siya i-strike, papaluin, saan ba natin siya i-attack. Okay, number 1 is the right temple strike. Number 2 is the left temple strike. Number 3 is the right shoulder strike. Number 4 is left shoulder strike. Number 5 is stomach thrust. Number 6 is the right chest attack. 7 is the left chest attack. Number 8 is left knee attack. Number 9 is right knee attack. Number 10 is the right eye attack. 11 is the left eye attack. And 12 is the crown strike. Next is the 6 blocking techniques in arnis. Number 1 is outside blocking. Using your dominant hand, bring the cane vertically to your front, supported by your non-dominant hand at the middle. Number 2 is the inside block. Perform outside hand on the right side of the body. Third is the downward inside block. Hold the cane above your right shoulder before swing downward to counter the opponent's attack. Fourth is the downward outside block. Position the cane behind the left ear before swinging it downward to counter the opponent's strike. Fifth is the rising block. Raise the cane over the head to block the opponent's blow. Last is the vertical block. This is done by lifting the elbow, hiding the cane to shoulder level, while the other hand supports it at the middle. So, isa yung mga image of blocking techniques. Okay, ito po ang inward block, outward block, rising block, downward inward block. Okay, dito naman yung sa last is downward outward block. Fundamental skills. Number 1 is the grip. Proper hold of the stick. So, hold the stick one fist away from the punyo or the butt of the stick. Close the grip with the thumb. So, ganito po ang tamang paghawak ng stick. Next is the basic stance and salutation.
Handa. Feet are positioned shoulder width apart. The stick is held in front of the body. Ito po ang handa or ready stance. Last is pugay. Place the weapon hand across the chest, bow by bending at the waist. So ito po ang pugay.
So that's it. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned something.
Okay, alam sa inyong performance task. Number 1, 17 harness warm-up. Number 2, 12 striking techniques. Magpili lang mo isa sa performance task kung asa inyong gusto. Pwede individual, pwede po by groups ang inyong buhaton. So, ang iyang video ani na sa next slide. O isan lang diretso sa ako messenger, Greg Ebcas, or pwede nyo po i-diretso sa ako sa school, hatag ang inyong performance task.